imagine the screen fading from black, the low rumble of thunderous machinery echoing like a distant storm. You're not in a jungle or a battlefield, no, this is deeper, more primal. This is the heart of a hidden empire where raw chaos is tamed into perfection. Welcome to the forbidden realm of KitKat creation, where every second is a high-stakes war against decay, where fire forges flavor from forgotten seeds, and steel orchestrates a symphony of survival. Strap in, because we're about to breach the gates of factories that pulse with the fury of giants, revealing secrets that could make your mouth water and your pulse race. It all begins in the sweltering shadows of West African rainforests, where cocoa trees stand like ancient guardians, their pods hanging like swollen treasures, ripe for the plunder. The camera zooms in tight, a machete slices through the air with a whoosh, cracking open a vibrant pod in slow motion. Pulp oozes out, sticky and white, like the lifeblood of some mythical beast. Inside, nestled in that sweet, tangy mess, are the beans, 30 to 50 per pod, raw and unassuming, tasting nothing like the chocolate bliss you crave. But oh, the transformation is coming, alchemical storm brewing. Workers, faces glistening with sweat under the relentless sun, scoop them out with calloused hands, their movements urgent, as if time itself is an enemy stalking the harvest. These beans are fragile warriors, expose them too long, and spoilage creeps in like a thief in the night. No room for error here, the fight starts now. Cut to the fermentation pits, shrouded in humid mist that rises like ghosts from the earth. The beans are piled high, covered in banana leaves, trapped in a 5 to 7 day ritual of controlled rot. Heat builds from within, yeasts and bacteria awakening in a frenzy, breaking down the pulp into acids that seep into the beans. The air thickens with a pungent aroma, vinegar sharp at first, then evolving into something deeper, floral, almost intoxicating. Slow the footage here, bubbles form and burst on the surface, the mass heaving like a living thing. This is where flavor is born, not gently, but through a brutal metamorphosis. One wrong temperature spike, one delay, and the batch turns bitter, unusable. The overseers watch like hawks, probing with thermometers, their decisions razor sharp. Curiosity pulls you closer. What alchemy is this? How does bitterness yield to the divine? Now, the scene explodes into motion. The fermented beans are spread under the blazing sun to dry, raked and turned by tireless hands to evade mold's insidious grasp. Days pass in time-lapse, the beans shrink, harden, their shells cracking like parched earth. But the journey's just igniting. Shipped across oceans in massive containers, they arrive at the fortress, the factory. Massive doors grind open with a metallic groan, revealing a labyrinth of steel behemoths. Conveyor belts snake through the air like endless serpents, carrying the beans into the maw of the roaster. Feel the heat blast your face as flames lick the rotating drums. Temperatures soar to 250 degrees Fahrenheit, the air shimmering with waves of distortion. The beans tumble inside, their outer layers charring just enough to unlock that nutty, caramel essence. Too long, and they burn to ash, too short, and flavor hides in the shadows. The roar is deafening, a beast awakening, pounding gears syncing with the heartbeat of the line. Suspense builds as the roasted beans cool, then charge into the cracker. Blades whirl like tornadoes, shattering shells in an explosion of fragments. Winnowers blast air through the chaos, separating the lightweight husks from the dense nibs, the golden core that holds the promise of chocolate. Watch them cascade like a chocolate avalanche, the camera panning up to capture the dust swirling in spotlights. These nibs are ground next, mills crushing them under immense pressure into a thick, molten paste, chocolate liquor. No alcohol here, just pure, viscous cocoa mass, bitter and intense, flowing like lava from a volcano. The heat intensifies, friction melting the cocoa butter within, releasing aromas that could drive a person mad with hunger. But perfection demands more. This liquor is pressed, squeezed until cocoa butter drips out, leaving behind the powder that will blend with destiny. Enter the conching chamber, a vault of slow-burning intensity. Giant rollers knead the mixture for hours, sometimes days, aerating and smoothing until it's silkier than a lover's whisper. Sugar crystals dissolve, milk powder infuses creaminess, and vanilla whispers its secrets. The air hums with the low grind, building tension like a thriller's climax. Engineers monitor dials, adjusting speeds with surgical precision. One slip, and the texture turns grainy, the flavor flat. This is where KitKat's soul is refined, that melt-in-your-mouth magic engineered through relentless motion. But wait, the drama escalates. Tempering tanks await, heating and cooling the chocolate in precise cycles to form perfect crystals. Stirrers churn like whirlpools, ensuring snap without brittleness. The liquid gleams under lights, hypnotic, ready to ensnare its crispy companion. Shift gears now, to the wafer workshop, a parallel battlefield where precision reigns supreme. Flour, sugar, and fats are whipped into batter, poured onto massive griddles that sizzle like frying lightning. Sheets bake in ovens belching steam, emerging golden and crisp, but vulnerable. Rollers press them to exact thickness, too thick, and the crunch softens to chew, too thin, and they shatter prematurely. Lasers scan for imperfections, rejecting any flaw with cold efficiency. The air crackles with urgency as machines slice them into fingers, stacking with robotic arms that move faster than the eye can track. Conveyor rivers converge here, wafers marching like soldiers toward their chocolate fate. The union is electric. Molds clatter into place, wafer sticks laid in like treasures in a chest. Chocolate depositors hover above, nozzles pulsing with molten gold, flooding the molds in a controlled deluge. Feel the pressure, the flow must be flawless, enveloping each wafer without air pockets or overflows. Vibrators shake the molds, settling the chocolate into every crevice, while cooling tunnels blast Arctic air to set it hard. The bars emerge, glossy and armored, but the battle isn't won. Quality sentinels inspect with X-ray eyes, probing for hidden voids or cracks. Rejected ones are remelted, recycled in this zero-waste arena where imperfection is exiled. Pause for a breath, slow the narration as history unfolds like a hidden scroll. Flashback, 1935, England. Roundtree's launches the chocolate crisp, a humble bar for weary workers seeking solace in tea breaks. Renamed KitKat in 1937, whispers say after a jazz club or a playful nod to KitKat, it conquers hearts. World War II strikes, milk rations force a dark chocolate pivot, yet fans endure. Post-war, Nestle acquires the throne in 1988, catapulting KitKat global. Billions sold yearly, flavors exploding, matcha in Japan, ruby in Europe, but the classic endures, a testament to resilience. Back to the frenzy, packaging lines thunder like a final charge. Bars tumble into wrappers, foils crinkling under high-speed sealers. Boxes assemble in robotic ballets, loaded onto pallets that vanish into trucks, bound for the world. The factory never sleeps, shifts rotate, machines oiled in perpetual motion. One hitch in this chain, and shelves go bare, cravings unmet. But here, in this forge of fire and steel, human ingenuity triumphs. Engineers in white coats tweak algorithms, workers calibrate with hawk-like focus, all in pursuit of that perfect snap, that creamy rush. As the screen fades, the last bar gleams under lights, a symbol of victory. You've witnessed the unseen war, the roar of beasts tamed into bliss. Next time you break a KitKat, remember the journey, the sweat, the fire, the unyielding precision. It's not just chocolate, it's a conquest, forged in the shadows for your delight. Share this secret, subscribe for more hidden worlds, and take a break, have a KitKat.